Hi to every Baki fan out here. We finally get 30k subscribers. It took us more than 2 years, but we did it. Thanks to everyone for subscribing and supporting my work with your pleasant comments and likes. We are growing slowly but surely. I really appreciate all the comments, be it the good ones or bad ones. Keep punching, lads. Let's get back to the video. Looks like you liked my video about overrated Baki characters, but what about underrated Baki characters? Fighters who are strong enough to be noticed more in the series but were forgotten or just don't get enough attention. These characters showed themselves pretty good in their fights, so let's look at some of them together. Zulu. Zulu is a muscular fighter from Brazil that uses Vale Tudo. He is a wild fighter who is extremely relentless. Zulu seems to have no mercy for his opponents. He's probably not able to feel any feelings that are typical for a civilized and empathic human. He attacks his enemies until they are completely destroyed, and is completely absorbed by his murderous instincts. Nothing is out of bounds for Zulu, including ambushing and attacking an opponent even after he has been declared the winner. He totally destroyed his first opponent in the maximum tournament, leaving him not even a slight chance of doing something. Zulu's second fight at the tournament was against Baki Hanma. Initially, Zulu attacked Baki by surprise and knocked out young Hanma, resulting in Zulu being declared the official winner of the match. The audience starts protesting, claiming that it wasn't fair and that the real fight has not taken place yet, but Tokugawa enters the arena and says that the real fighter should always be prepared to battle and a surprise attack is no excuse. However, when Baki gets up and wants to get out of the arena, Zulu again attacks him. This way Tokugawa recognizes that the fight is not over yet, since both fighters still want to fight. After a short fight, Baki knocks out Zulu, but after a while he comes up to him and gives him a hand. He's letting him know that since Zulu gave him a second chance by attacking him again, he'll do the same. Zulu gets up and the fighters start their third round. Eventually, Baki's plot armor ability is activated and terrified Zulu surrenders. Yeah, he was just a random guy from the mass of fighters who were represented only to be defeated, but for me, he was one of the most memorable, and I would like to see him and his brutal fighting style again. He is the one who actually defeated Baki Hanma. Chiharu Shiba. He is a guy whose first appearance was also at the Maximum Tournament. He is a street fighter and serves as a leader of the Tokotai racing gang, who quickly earned a name for himself for his fearless attitude and inability to feel pain. This reputation grew to legendary status after he managed to fight off 100 men by himself, in spite of being hit by an oncoming motorcycle. His fighting style is something else. Shiba does not know any martial arts at all. Everything he got is his fighting spirit and his careless attitude to his body damage. For example, during his fight against judo master Kohei Hatanaka, his arm was broken, but Chiharu refused to give up the fight. He simply smashed his hand to the wall, breaking it even more to intimidate his opponent. It worked, and he prevailed in the battle by repeatedly headbutting Kohei into submission. In his second fight, he fought against the boxing champion Iron Michael. Throughout the match, Chiharu relies on various dirty and illegal tactics to give him an advantage, including using his recently broken cast as a weapon and tying the pair's leg together with a cloth. However, Iron Michael was able to regain control of the fight and lands numerous powerful punches that nearly crippled Chiharu. But this guy Chiharu withstood all damage and won the fight. How? Iron Michael simply broke his own arms by Shiba's skull. He was one of the most interesting and funny characters at the Maximum Tournament, and also is pretty exclusive character with his extremely brutal fighting style, thanks to which his fights are always fun to watch. After the time skip, Chiharu seems to have calmed down. He casually strolls in between two men wielding knives and advises them to fight fairly without weapons.
今も昔も男のコンとは素手が基本だ。ああ。お言葉ですけど。
Later on in the series, in Son of Ogre, he even teaches Baki Hanma valuable lessons and serves as a teacher in their brief clashes. I really want to see him fight again, even against some trash characters, and also I think he's some kind of underrated by the fans who are most likely forgot about that cool guy. Ron Shaboon. He is the user of Iai Kenpo and an unbeaten fighter of the Chinese underground area hired by Kakukayo to make the Chinese team. Shiban was born in Kuala Taiwan. He met his master Shikai Ban when he was 9 years old and started training. He won all the Taiwan Muay Thai tournaments he participated in from age 15 to age 19. At a certain point, the Taiwanese mafia called the Crow Circle offered him a big sum of money to become a member. Shortly after joining, he started fighting in the underground for his mafia and became very feared and famous for his fighting skills, managing not to lose a single underground mafia fight in 25 years. Adding 4 years of participating in the Muay Thai tournaments, this means he has been fighting for almost 30 years and has not lost a single match in his life, up until losing to Oliver. He lost to Oliver at the Muay Thai tournament, but he gives him a good fight, damaging Oliver a lot of times with his relentless attacks. But Oliver is Oliver, and he is simply too overpowered. For me, in the Chinese team, he was the second strongest fighter right after Kakukayo. He is a very skilled fighter. The most utilized technique in his fighting style is the hand pocket, but it is also shown to have some more common techniques such as the nukite, which Shaboon used on Oliver. His nukite has proven to be strong enough to stab Oliver with a spear hand strike and makes him bleed, but it didn't work later when Oliver tightens his body for real. He is shown to have incredible strength and endurance, managing to stop Oliver's strike with a single hand and show little to no pain despite the ground under his feet breaking from the impact. He demonstrated his endurance again by taking a powerful double strike from Oliver to his shoulders and then immediately proceeding a counterattack, and also by getting up shortly after getting knocked down by Oliver. He also demonstrated great recovery speed as well as a great attack speed, evident in his furious barrage of attacks he performed after Oliver copied his hand pocket technique. Of the defeated Kaio, he is the only one that put a decent fight and even threatened Oliver, and he was fighting probably the third strongest guy at the tournament. So I really want to see him back because this guy was cool. His fight was interesting to watch and he needs more attention than just being forgotten forever. He was a great character that needs a comeback to the series in my opinion.
Who are you? Well, that's the $1,000,000 question now, isn't it? Let's just say I'm someone who's definitely not on your side. Ready, set, go.
Jack Hanma. Everyone knows this guy, but he is the most unlucky Hanma in the series. Everyone else from his family is well-known fighters and feared by countries, but Jack is just Jack. No doubt he's strong, but I feel like he needs more attention in the series. He is the brother of the main character and the son of the antagonist of the series. He deserves to be shown more. Looks like soon in the manga he'll get his time to shine, but I need more Jack.
In the hills, fucking superstars, feeling like a pop star. Drinking in bed, bitches jumping in the pool tonight. I don't know.
Thank you for watching. Who in your opinion is underrated the most and needs to be shown more or needs to be returned to the series? Leave your comments down below. If this video was interesting to you, leave a like and subscribe for more. Again, thank you for watching. Bye.
Them not travel for any trip. In the seat of corruption, me say me sit. Look like from corruption, them not benefit.